Second position, controlled tie position. A lot of times wrestlers come out and they tie the head. Okay, we like to go right to the elbow. Right to the elbow. The mistake that a lot of young kids make is that they go to the elbow and then they go straight to his head. Jeremy goes to my elbow with an elbow control tie. Now, neither one has anything. The key to an elbow control tie is to reach up on either side of his elbow, those two bones that stick out, lock right behind those two bones. The free hand stays in your lap position. So many young wrestlers have a habit of going straight to the head once they go to the elbow. The other thing about an elbow control tie, I feel like it's one of the best control tie positions you're ever going to have, as far as the number of things that you can do once you get to an elbow. You know, you're right here. If you leave this hand in the lap position, you can attack. You're also in a great position to defend. You know, we pull, boom, singles, we got high crotches, boom, okay, we got ducks. A lot of things available once you get on his elbow. We'll get into this a little bit later on, but excellent way to pull it off and attack the leg. Elbow shuck down or past the elbow. So elbow control tie, the opposition goes to the head, boom, right here. Knees flexed, free hand in your lap position, control the elbow. I like to tell my guys to get your head to the same side you're controlling the elbow on as opposed to having your head here. The opposition's in a position to block me out. Okay, if I have his elbow and I have my head on the opposite side of my elbow control tie. So elbow control tie, head to the same side as the elbow, free hand in your lap, knees flexed. A lot of different things you can do once you get to the elbow, but a lot of young kids don't do it. A lot of college kids don't do it. You know, as soon as he goes to my head, I go to his elbow. A lot of times what will happen is you'll have kids that will go here. You really got to yell at them and tell them to keep the free hand in your lap position. Okay? And when you attack with that free hand, it's almost like pulling a trigger. You know, when we go to singles, high crotches, boom. Okay? That it shoots out from the waist position, pull, boom, and it goes. The other thing that I think it's important to talk about is timing and coordination. Once you have a kid that goes to the elbow. For example, when you control the elbow and you're looking at, say, a single or a high crotch, a lot of wrestlers will go 1, 2, 3, and perhaps 4 dip the knee. 4 different movements. Most of the movements that you do when you attack from an elbow control tie, underhook tie, inside control tie, they should be done on a count of 1. And you think about it and you say, well, that's pretty simple. But if you watch your kids, they do them in parts. And it's critical to pick up as much speed as possible when you're teaching kids how to attack. One thing we don't talk about enough is coordination and timing. Okay, again, for example, if I'm going to go low single inside reach, right, Jeremy, put that leg forward a little bit. I'm going to pull the elbow to clear it. I'm going to step. I'm going to reach, and I'm going to clear the elbow. Okay, or perhaps even dip the knee. But that happens on the count of 1. Okay, a lot of kids will go 1, 2, 3. So I think it's important early on to stand over those kids and make sure they get the coordination right. It's very simple, but it's critical. You know, I get kids in my room at Boston University, and they come in, some are 2, 3-time state champions, perhaps high school All-Americans. The problem is still there. It's very basic, but it's very important. And that allows you to get to the opposition's body and score points.